Hey guys, welcome back. It's Kat here. And for today's video, I did a little snowflake Christmas moment. I saw a few people do this on Instagram, but the person who I referenced was Tia's MUA. I'll link her in the description below. I finally have a better camera, and although it's not perfect, I'm pretty proud of the outcome. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump right in. Okay, so first off, you might have noticed that my name has changed. It was Lily's makeup before, but now I go by Kat Does Beauty, Kat with two T's. And I just felt like it was time for a change, because I kind of go by Kat now instead of Lily, so I just felt like it was pretty fitting. But anyway, no more chit chat, let's get into makeup. I'm starting off by priming my eyelids with a P. Louise base, and I gave you guys a little photo right here because the camera wouldn't focus. But I already have my base and my brows done, so I'm just putting this on my eye and I'm gonna lightly tap it in with my finger. You don't need to use that much. A thin layer will work just fine and you don't really want to waste any product, especially because P. Louise can tend to be a little bit expensive. It's a bit lighter than my skin tone since I went kind of dark today with my base, so I'm gonna do my best to blend it in to make it look as natural as possible. You also might notice that I'm going to be putting on a lot of Vaseline today because I've been biting my lips nonstop, and let me tell you, they are busted. Chapstick is your best friend, and don't you forget it because no one wants crusty ass lips, let me tell you. Now I'm using my Morphe James Charles palette, going in with this dark blue shade, which I believe is called Cola, which is kind of a weird name for a blue, but whatever. I'm going to take this small fluffy brush, and I usually use this brush to contour my nose, but I couldn't find another one, so I'm just going to wash it later, it's fine. We're going to take that blue shade and we're going to pack it into our crease, only up to about like the halfway point. Now let me tell you, it took me forever to learn this, but the best way to do eyeshadow is to pack it in. I used to do circular motions, and packing it in just kind of gives you a better blend, and it makes the colors a lot brighter, and it's easier. Doing circular motions kind of gives you like a really choppy blend and washes out the color, so pack it in, girl. Or boy. Now I'm taking the lighter blue right above Cola, this one is called Playground, and I'm going to take a much smaller fluffy brush and do that same packing motion right on the edge where I placed that first blue. As you can see, I'm tapping it in, not dragging or like doing circles, and you can kind of see how the two colors are already starting to blend really beautifully. And it's okay sometimes to do like a little drag to bring the color up a bit, but tapping the color is going to be your best friend if you want like a really bright and smooth blend. That rhymes. I'm Dr. Seuss now. You don't have to do this, but I definitely suggest going back in with that first color because not only is it going to deepen the blend, it's also going to make it a lot smoother and bring back some of that color that might have like been lost, because when you pack down a second color, it kind of washes out the first one. So it's always nice to go back and brighten everything back up. Now I'm taking a larger fluffy brush and grabbing my Jeffree Star, I'm going to say this slow, which is tongue twister, Blue Blood palette in the shade I'm Cold, and kind of half tapping, half brushing, mainly tapping, the color across the top of that blend, and this is kind of going to act like our transition shade. It's going to make sure everything's like really smooth. It's pretty much the lightest color we're going to use. Again, I'm going to take that smaller brush and I'm going to bring back that previous color, kind of brightening everything up a bit and making sure everything's blended really smoothly. I'm grabbing some makeup remover water, I'm not pronouncing that, and I'm gonna dip some on a Q-tip and use it to carve out my crease. The reason I do this is because sometimes when you carve out your crease with just concealer, you're gonna be able to kind of see that color underneath. And I don't really like that. I like a clean cut crease, so I do this and it kind of helps make your cut crease look really clean. Again, I'm going in with that P. Louise base and I'm putting it on the back of my hands because I just love using my hand as a palette. And I'm going to use this with a large flat brush to carve out my crease. And I love using this base as a crease, especially when I plan to put more eyeshadow down. Now, you can see I'm looking down here, and that's kind of important because that way you can see your whole eyelid so you can really get that clean shape and you kind of have like a flat surface to work with. You should really take your time when doing creases. As you can see, I'm going really slow, making really tiny strokes. It's really time consuming, but it makes sure it comes out really clean. I'm also putting some of this primer on my lower lash line. Going back in with Cola, I'm doing that same packing motion and kind of shaping like a little wing. It can be messy because we're going to blend it out anyway. It's not really supposed to be a wing. Don't forget to like sit back and check it out in the mirror, because sometimes when you open your eyes, it won't be as symmetrical as it looks when your eyes are closed, and that's what happened to me. And I ended up spending like an hour trying to get them symmetrical, so yeah, make sure you check. Anyway, once you get the shape and the color you want, you again go back in with those other colors, blend it out, pack it down, just doing the same thing we kind of done on the crease. Now I'm super sorry because I keep moving my face to the side because the way I have my camera set up, I couldn't really see it, so I didn't realize how out of frame I was. But you can see here that I'm putting back on that I'm Cold shade from the Blue Blood palette, just blending everything out again, making sure everything's bright and making sure everything's smooth. Now I'm just taking those same three colors that I used on my crease and my wing and just kind of repeating those same steps on my lower lash line and kind of connecting it to the wing. Now I'm taking this kind of bright white glittery sheer shade that I think is called Cullinan, if I pronounce that right. And I'm taking a big flat brush and kind of patting it onto my crease. And I'm very slightly blending it outwards. I'm not putting a lot, but just enough to give the eyes a little bit of shimmer. I'm also taking some of that same glitter shade and putting it in the inner corner of my eye just to brighten things up a bit, make me look a little more awake. And I'm also going to put a little bit right under my eyebrow. Now I'm taking this white liner and I'm putting it in my waterline, and kind of similar to the glitter, it's making me look a little bit more awake, but it's also widening my eyes a bit and making them look a bit bigger. Now I'm taking the P. Louise base from earlier and a second P. Louise base that's blue, and I'm mixing them together to get this really light blue shade. And I'm going to take a really tiny brush and start to draw on that snowflake. Again, I couldn't see the camera, so I didn't even know that I had lost focus, but I'll just explain it the best I can. I'm creating 2 vertical lines, 1 horizontal and 2 diagonal, and on each line I'm drawing like 3 little V's. And if you look up a picture of a snowflake and you kind of simplify it, it's actually pretty easy. And here's my dog Ollie, who clearly did not want to be in the video and therefore was out for blood. This video is already kind of out of control, but I lost the footage of me putting on my lashes, so these are in the style Miami from Lily Lashes. And I'm starting to do my lipstick already. I didn't want to use the lipstick that this set came with, so this is the NYX pencil liner in satin blue. And I kind of outlined my lips, but then I ended up filling them in and then putting the same eyeshadows over top so they would match my eye. I also then added some gloss over top so that it didn't seem flat and dry, and I just really love adding gloss to my lipsticks. And that's the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, because it was really nice to start recording again, and hopefully I can get back into the swing of things, even though I never really do. And if you guys liked the video, hit the like please, and subscribe if you really liked it. And let me know how you guys feel so I can fix any mistakes I might have made. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.